Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and today we are going to be going through a news roundup video going over all of the latest breaking from the world of FCB, starting here with some player sales with the likes of Marlon and Munir El Haddadi, moving on to our midfield quest with the likes of Thiago, Eriksen and Pjanic, all featured in today's video. And at the end of this one as well, we are going to be talking about some very big words from club legends Xavi and Puyol with regards to the management and the hierarchy at Barcelona right now. Those are big words and I think things that we need to speak about. And also we will be touching on the surprising announcement that Zinedine Zidane will be leaving Real Madrid and what that means looking ahead to our battle with them next season. All of that and more coming up in today's roundup. But we are going to start, guys, like I say, with some player sales, and that starts here with Marlon Santos, the Brazilian centre-back, who was originally supposed to be on loan at Nice for one more year. Last summer we loaned him out on a 2-year deal to Nice, and throughout this season he's been pretty decent. He's featured quite heavily for Nice over the course of the season, and the news on his transfer originally broke from the Nice president himself, who basically informed the world that Marlon wouldn't be continuing at his club next season because Barcelona had accepted an offer to sell him from elsewhere. Not from Nice, from another club abroad. And from then we've heard reports from the likes of Sport, MD, and also from Sky Sports in the UK, linking West Ham United. Pellegrini has just gone there, new manager, they want to bring in some players, and West Ham are going to complete a deal for Marlon, which has been believed to be between 15 and 20 million euros. As it's gone on now, it seems like it's going to be a lot closer to 15 million, but still a decent deal for a guy we signed for just 5 million euros from Brazil. A deal between the two clubs agreed very quickly between West Ham and Barcelona, but what West Ham are doing now is waiting on a work permit. That's going to take potentially a few more weeks to sort out, but everything, all being well, should be completed, and Marlon will be leaving to join the Premier League this summer. Then we move on to Munir El Haddadi, obviously a striker that's coming back to the club following his loan from Alaves. We've mentioned before a very productive season he had there in terms of goals and assists, and his general influence really on their team, and he's been very heavily linked recently with a move to Real Betis, with the two clubs apparently expected to meet in the coming days regarding a potential transfer fee for that one. Quique Setien reportedly a very big fan of Munir, and Betis also are keeping an eye on the likes of Denis Suarez and Paco Alcácer. Quique Setien, a big admirer of these players, wants to bolster his team next season. Betis in Europe next season, so a very big season for them, and any of these players, of course, looking to join Betis will be joining up with ex-Barca centre-back Marc Bartra, who's been absolutely outstanding since he went there in January under Quique Setien. So Betis tracking a number of our players and are interested in signing Munir. But now it is time to move on to our search for a potential midfield player. MD say that Gremio would want an extra 10 million euros if we wanted to bring Arthur in the summer. So right now it does look as though that deal could be pushed back to January of 2019. In terms of Thiago Alcantara though, things are a little bit interesting because Sport Build say that Bayern do definitely want to sell Thiago this summer. He is on their list of players that they will part ways with if they receive the right offer. And not only that, but Barcelona are aware of the situation. They've been informed of that. He's been speaking with them, but as of yet the club absolutely no move for Thiago, and as of right now there's no real interest there from the board in bringing this guy back. The fee that Bayern want is believed to be in the region of between 50 million euros to around 70 million euros. Thiago will leave if he's pushed, and they want to sell him. But the big question, will Barca make that move? The Spanish media and also the Italian media have been linking Barca with a move for Miralem Pjanic. He's also been very heavily linked with Real Madrid this summer, and the two clubs, according to Sport, will go head-to-head to sign Pjanic in the coming weeks, the coming months of this summer. Barcelona are interested in him. He is on their list of targets, but again, as of yet, absolutely nothing doing on that one. And the same goes to Christian Eriksen. A very big headline came out with Plan B on it. Eriksen is on Barca's radar. He's not their first option, but he is certainly an option this summer. And Christian Eriksen himself in Sport was asked about the rumours, and he said, I don't want to speak about it right now. I'm not going to comment on that speculation. So read into that what you will, but Barca linked with Eriksen, Pjanic and Thiago, but will we go for any of them this summer? Then there's also the matter of Clement Lenglet, of course, the centre-back, the French centre-back from Sevilla, young player looking to come in this summer. We've been very, very heavily linked with him since the season finished, really, and Sport once again very vocal, they always are in the transfer windows. A big cover with Lenglet on the front, and they believe that Lenglet will be our first signing of the summer. 35 plus €3 million will be the fee, will pay his release clause, and he will join up with Barcelona this summer if Sport are to be believed. However, new Sevilla boss Pablo Machino did an absolutely phenomenal job at Girona. He's now gone to Sevilla, he is their new boss there, and apparently he is desperate to keep Lenglet. He's already had discussions with him, he's trying to convince him to sign a new contract with a higher release clause, and it's remained to be seen yet whether Lenglet wants to make the move, whether they're going to say, you know what, go ahead and do it, and whether Barca are going to push through with that one. But he again is certainly on our radar. Whether he'll trigger his release clause though is yet to be seen. And like I say guys, I do now want to talk about some very, very interesting comments coming out from the likes of Xavi and also Puyol over the last few days and weeks with regard to the Barcelona board and the way really in which the club is being run right now, because I think we've all got a few worries about the route that we're going down, the image, the sort of idea that the board have in their minds, the club they want to, direction they want to take us in. And I think Xavi has come out really and hit the nail on the head in what he's saying. And it was actually not an official interview. This wasn't actually something that was supposed to come out into the public domain, but it has done. A leaked phone conversation has of course been broadcasted by the Spanish media, and Xavi said the following words with regard to the Barcelona board and the way the club is being run right now. He said, Barca is asleep. We have been asleep for years. The people who have the power to decide are clueless, and we pay dearly for it. We win titles while others are winning the Champions League. And that's very interesting, of course, coming, of course, following Real Madrid's success once again in the Champions League. 3 out of 3 Champions League titles for them now in the past few years. 4 in the last 5 years they've won the Champions League. I think there's a general feeling like we are underachieving. Yes, we won the league. It was a successful season in the fact we won 2 out of the 3 titles, but we still, with Messi, we should be getting past the quarterfinals, and we're not doing that often enough in the past few seasons. And Xavi on this one is certainly not alone. Right after that Champions League final, another club legend, of course, Carlos Puyol, came out, and he actually tweeted after the final that Real Madrid had won 4 of the last 5 Champions League in the Messi era. He said, this is not right. Something should be doing differently. We need to get our priorities right, because this for me is unacceptable. And I absolutely agree with Puyol there. I think they're absolutely right in what they're saying. They have a good idea of anybody of what's going on inside that club. But what this also means is, I think we're very unlikely to see the likes of Xavi, Puyol, those kind of players, those kind of figures actually in the Barcelona setup in the next few years. Obviously, I think at some point Xavi is going to come back and coach, whether it be the first team, whether it be the B team, but I don't think that we're going to see that until end of 2021, when Bartomeu and co hopefully will be out of power. Then we might see these players being brought back, maybe under somebody like Laporta, maybe somebody else, but it won't be now until 2021. These kind of words will not go down well with Bartomeu, with his board, but like I say, I think what they're saying is absolutely right. Somebody needs to say it. Somebody needs to sit up and take some notice in Barcelona. The Socis need to wake up, and they're asleep as well. They're not wise to what is going on. Benedito's motion of no confidence, that should have gone ahead last summer. It didn't. The Socis were asleep on it. They didn't wake up to the facts, and here we are once again, finding ourselves with a league title, with a Copa del Rey. It's been a good season, but we still feel like there's a bit more there. Behind the scenes, things aren't good. We need change, but that looks unlikely to happen now until 2021. One thing that is going to be changing in the next season, like I touched on earlier on, Zinedine Zidane is going to be leaving Real Madrid this season. He's going to leave this summer. Real Madrid will have a new coach in place by next season, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see exactly what Real Madrid do. What kind of path are they going to go down now? There's been a few people linked with the job, the likes of Guti being promoted from within. Also, somebody like Joachim Löw, of course, Germany manager, maybe after the World Cup, he will see himself in a Real Madrid role. Even the likes of Arsene Wenger being linked with Real Madrid right now, but I just don't know how things are going to work out. I think in the Champions League, Real Madrid under Zidane have been like juggernauts. They've been fantastic in terms of their mentality and finding a way to win, but in the league, they've been way way off the pace under Zidane most of the time. And actually, leaving the club, he said, my most impressive honour since being Real Madrid coach is not the Champions Leagues, but the league title that I managed to win. And I think under the new coach, we are going to be pushed a lot more closely under the new Real Madrid. There's going to be some big changes there. It is of importance to us. We need to stay alert to what's going on there. And most importantly, we need to focus on ourselves, what we're going to do this summer, and getting ourselves in the best possible position to challenge Real next season and once again try and come out on top and launch a real assault on that Champions League title. So leave your thoughts down below, guys, on everything that has been mentioned in today's news roundup video. What do you think of Xavi? What do you think of Puyol's comments on the Barcelona board? What do you think of the news about Zinedine Zidane? And what do you think Real Madrid will pose? What kind of threat will they pose to us next season? And what do you think of the transfer rumours that are coming out of Barcelona right now? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. I will see you soon with more videos. But there was today's roundup. I'll see you soon. But until then, as always, Vesca El Barça.